This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. UK citizen tested positive for Omicron variant after returning from Jamaica. A British national has tested positive for the Omicron variant of COVID-19 upon returning home from a brief stay in Jamaica. This was just announced by Jamaica's Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Christopher Tufton. This is the first case of the Omicron variant identified as having a possible link to Jamaica.
We have been advised through the United Kingdom's international health regulation system that a traveler from Jamaica has returned a positive test result for COVID-19, and the genomic sequences has confirmed the Omicron as the variant for this particular result. So this is a traveler who came here on a short stay in one of our resort facilities and went back and was confirmed for COVID and confirmed for the Omicron variant.
Government promises more legitimate use of phones in prison. The Ministry of National Security has announced plans to incorporate more legitimate use of cell phones and other communication devices by inmates at correctional facilities. Minister without a portfolio in the ministry, Matthew Samuda, says this is to address the problem of families not being able to interact sufficiently with their loved ones behind the bars. This policy announcement comes in the context of the Corrections Act being amended last week with the provisions for more severe penalties for illegal possession of communications devices in prisons. Attorney Peter Champagny questioned whether the law should not have been amended to facilitate more communication between prisoners and their families to ease the frustration within the facilities. Mr. Samuda, speaking on Tuesday with the news, affirmed that there are plans to provide for legitimate communication.
We are in the final stages of designing a project that will do just that, that will facilitate digital visitation through systems similar to Zoom, as well as facilitate structured, timely calls for them to be in touch with family for those who cannot physically visit. We know that the COVID pandemic has been terrible for the psychosocial support that they need, because we've had to curtail visitation. So this is an issue that I accept, but it will take some time to complete the design of the project, mobilize the procurement of it, and put in place a system. But it is coming.
3 killed, 2 injured in St. Elizabeth incidents. Police are probing 3 murders following incidents in Fives Pen and the Carisbrooke district in St. Elizabeth between Monday and Tuesday. According to reports from the police's Constabulary Communications Unit, 2 men and a woman were killed in the incidents. In the first incident, about 1 p.m. on Tuesday, 36-year-old Junior Lambert, otherwise called Purple, was found dead at his home in Fives Pen district. He was found slumped on his sofa with several gunshot wounds. His hands were also bound. The police theorized that he was shot and killed on Monday night about 11:45 p.m. when residents reported hearing loud explosions in the community. In the second incident, the police said they were called to Carisbrooke district, where the body of 66-year-old Egbert Dixon was discovered in bushes about 3:15 p.m. It is reported that Dixon's relatives became concerned when he did not return from work at his usual time. The police said during further checks his body was found with multiple chop wounds. In the third incident, the police said about 8:05 p.m., gunmen attacked a group of people who were at a shop in Fives Pen district. 3 people, 2 women and a man, were shot during the attack. One of the women, 20-year-old Shandona Wilmot, of the same community, was shot in the head and died on the spot. The other 2 people were admitted to hospital. Investigators are encouraging anyone with information that can assist them to contact the Black River Police at 876-965-2026, Crime Stop at 311, the Police 119 number, or the nearest police station. Seized St. Mary gun used in Portland murder. One of two guns seized following an altercation between police and a gunman in Agualtaville, St. Mary last month was used in the murder of a man in Portland a month earlier. Ballistic tests on a Nowlin Super 38 pistol revealed that it was used in the murder of Damian Wani Brown on October 8. Brown, 27, a laborer from Arthur's Lane in Port Antonio, Portland, was shot dead by gunmen at his home. Following Brown's murder, police investigators led them to Agualtaville. It was reported that on November 26, the investigators spotted a vehicle transporting 3 men fitting the description of the suspects in Brown's death. The lawmen signaled the driver of the motor vehicle to stop, however he sped away. The police later intercepted the vehicle and the suspects challenged the lawmen in a gun battle. 2 of the suspects were fatally shot. The other managed to escape. 2 weapons, the Nowlin Super 38 pistol and a homemade firearm with one 12-gauge cartridge, were seized. The firearms were submitted to the Institute of Forensic Science and Legal Medicine, where they were processed, and the ballistic report subsequently confirmed that the pistol was used in the killing of Brown. Cub charged with sex assault of minor gets $250,000 bail. A policeman charged with the sexual assault of a minor was granted bail in the sum of $250,000 with surety in the St. Catherine Parish Court on Tuesday. The accused has been identified as Corporal Miguel Morris of the Elletson Road Police Station. The 40-year-old cop appeared before Parish Judge Natalie Creary Dixon. Attorney at law Everton DeWar made a successful bail application, which was granted on condition that Morris surrenders his travel documents and report twice weekly to the Bogwalk Police. The allegations are that in April 2017, the complainant reported that the accused sexually assaulted the 13-year-old. A formal complaint was made and a file compiled and sent to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. A ruling was handed down on Friday, December 17, that Morris be charged with sexual touching and grievous sexual assault. Some vaccination blitz workers still unpaid. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health and Wellness, Dunstan Bryan, says some 50 vaccination blitz workers have still not been paid. Addressing the issue at a press conference this morning, Bryan said that the delay may be due to internal or external factors depending on the affected individuals. Because of some issues, whether it is related to banking information or the reporting from the health regions around their payments, or internal issues with us and the Accountant General, there are still some persons who have not been paid. We are investigating each instance of non-payment, Bryan said. The update follows a disclosure from the Ministry of Health in June that of the 4,000 persons who were engaged as blitz workers earlier this year, 3,320 had received a full payment up to that time. Meanwhile, the Permanent Secretary also addressed the concerns about outstanding December salaries for healthcare personnel in the Southeast Regional Health Authority. Bryan said that the payroll for that health region should be uploaded to the ministry's database in short order. However, he did not state how soon the provision of the payroll information should be expected. Junior doctors were reported on Wednesday morning as being up in arms over late payments of December salaries, with the Jamaica Medical Doctors Association stating that payments should have been dispersed on Tuesday. JMDA President Dr. Mindy Fitzhenley had complained that while the Western Regional Health Authority and the Southern Regional Health Authority got their payments, other doctors had not been paid up to 9 p.m. Tuesday night. WHO urges cancellation of some holiday plans as Omicron variant spreads. The World Health Organization has urged the cancellation of some holiday plans globally to protect public health as the Omicron variant spreads across the world. WHO head Dr. Tedros has asserted that difficult decisions must be made. He said at a news conference on Monday that there was no evidence that Omicron is spreading significantly faster than the Delta strain, affirming that all of us are sick of this pandemic and want to return to normal life. He stressed that the fastest way to return to that sense of normality is for all of us, leaders and individuals, to make the difficult decisions that must be made to protect ourselves and others. Already, a number of countries, including France and Germany, have tightened COVID-19 related restrictions and imposed the travel curves to try to halt the spread of the new variant. The Netherlands has also introduced a strict lockdown over the Christmas period. Dr. Tedros in Monday's address stressed that an event cancelled is better than a life cancelled.
All of us are sick of this pandemic. All of us want to spend time with friends and family. All of us want to get back to normal. The fastest way to do this is for all of us, leaders and individuals, to make the difficult decisions that must be made to protect ourselves and others. An event cancelled is better than a life cancelled.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.